I'm sitting here with my cat. His name's Garfield. Say, hey, Garfield. Say, hi, the camera. No, looking out for the bird. I don't really know, like, what to expect from the world, from my life. I put up, you might be able to see it like, from the very edge, like over there. I couldn't really see it, but that's my dog kennel, and I spent however much time, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, working on it to put the tarp over the fence on the top. The whole time I was like looking everywhere like a paranoid asshole, worried that Quentin is sending someone to kill me. You know, like it is. It's like a really disgusting. Hollywood, money, influence, trophies. The revelation that I've had is that Quentin likely manipulated the girl that I wanted to come with me to Tribeca, and because of his wife, because of the daughter, because they wanted me, because they were like playing it like psychic witch, you know, like all these things. And I just don't know like what his problem is. You know, like I'm writing the New York Times, I'm writing all these people saying I feel that these women have rape babies inside of them. I feel that, right, and maybe it is. It's like just all like a sick game with him to like prevent them from loving me. And they don't actually have rape babies in them, but like he wants me to believe they have rape babies in them. I don't know, you know, like I just don't know, you know, because like I cursed all their reproductive organs, you know. And now I got this comment with like a guy calling me an incel, and like it's Quentin. That's like that's all Quentin, you know. That's all Quentin saying, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just a sad guy because I've made my peace with it." You know, like I don't know. I just don't know like what he wants from me. What he wants me to say. Oh gosh, like oh no, like oh Timothy Chalamet. It's ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous. Like, is he in the movie? You know, like I don't know. Who's at the front row of the Oscars? Is that all like a subtle mind game? You know, like I don't know. You know, like I don't know. Like, is he going out on stage with Fish? Does he intend to fucking splay their fucking first degree rapes? Do they have rape babies growing inside of them right now? You know, like that's the point. You know, like that's the real point. You know, like am I deserving of the hottest women in Hollywood? You know, like that's like there it is. Like that's like right. You're always welcome in my house, right? That's all we have to do is talk like people. And when I think about him like manipulating Rachel to not, that probably is true. That probably is true. That all of them were like playing a psychic witch, and they said, "Oh no, we don't want her there." And all that happened was that in so doing, right, he tempered all control I have over the scenario. And so when he turned his back on me, right, and I looked around and saw nothing, I saw nothing that I like made manifest in that formula. Because Rachel wasn't there. It was just all like there was another girl next to me, and there was, you know, like it was all there, wasn't it? Hello baby kitty. You wanna say hi? Hmm. Yeah, camera. But my point is that like those women are all adults, you know, and that I could have brought Rachel there, like with like knowing that she had a boyfriend, knowing that this was never about like, right, but it is a hardcore celestial moment, you know. But they, right, like they sought to put me in such a state where I didn't feel comfortable at all, where I had no one to look to. I looked around and I saw the 500 people who didn't understand what was occurring. I looked up to Quentin, who understood what was occurring, and he turned his back on me. And so, when I saw his back, and I thought about the 500 people who didn't understand, I said, oh, okay, this is when I leave. Like, that's like, okay. It's just like a Fish show. Oh, it's just like a Fish show. Okay, like, so I go see Fish, and I get right next to the band, and then, right, Trey or whomever, they look me right in the eye, and they say, we're here for you. You know, and that's like, anyone who gets close to the band, they'll tell you. They're like, oh, it's your show, you know? Like, that's the rush. Like, that's the euphoria, you know? And so my concern is that he's, like, holding them in his house, cultivating rape babies. Wondering if, like, I'll still take them, I guess, you know? Because, like, if you recall, I cursed all of their reproductive organs in August of 2024. Not because, like, I want them, not, you know, but because this is the game, the psychic mind game. And I just don't know, like, what the truth is. And I've been writing journalists, I've been writing everyone saying, why can't, like, what's the, like, is the joke that, like, he'll parade Mikey and Sydney out with Fish and say, oh, you can't have these, and then give me the sand niggers who shit in a bucket because he doesn't actually love his wife, because he doesn't actually love any of these women, right? Like, what do the women of show business have to say about this? Like, yeah, like, hard body shit. I'll fucking dick down any of those women, but, right, there's an asterisk there, right? Like, that's like, it's not just like a regular old thing, you know? And so Quentin, in exchange for me playing the movie critic, wanted to know that his mind was stronger than mine. That's, right, there it is, right? Like, oh, I'll let you fuck my wife as long as I know that I control your mind. And so, when he turned his back, and when I didn't see Rachel, when I couldn't look to anything that I knew that I was, like, in control of, I saw it as a satanic, disgusting pact for control over my psyche, over my mind. And I left. I said, oh, okay, so this is, okay. So I'm a loser who doesn't have control of his mind. That's the joke, right? And so in Quentin's mind, right, and so as I turn away from Welcome, right, like, again, this is all, it's very subtle, right? He was like, oh, you bark like a dog, and then I gave you my secret stepdaughter. That's like, there it is, right? And so all of those women, right? And when I think about Margot Robbie, I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, when she did her promotion with Wuthering Heights, she kept saying something to the effect of, oh, I had a shrine for Jacob Elordi, and I was, like, looking at it. Do we get how this works, everyone? It's obviously Quentin telling her, oh, I want you to say this, because he knows that he's in the middle of, like, a sick magical siege with me, right? And if I hear Margot Robbie saying, oh, I have a shrine for this other actor, then I'm supposed to interpret that psychologically as all of the actresses in Hollywood have similar shrines for other actors, and they don't want to engage with me as a spiritual child of God. And so it's, you know, it's just disgusting. It's just like the sickest fucking thing ever, you know? And when I work in my mom's house, you know, she asked me to fucking, like, do all this shit with that dog kennel, and I did it as best as I was able. You know, that I put the roof over it. It's like a tarp roof. And all the while, I'm worried, like, oh, is my assassin just, like, right around the wing? Like, literally, like, I literally thought this. You know, like, oh, is Austin Butler or, like, Leonardo DiCaprio, like, gonna fucking, like, come put a bullet in my brain and say, oh, like, see, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm still, like, a cool Hollywood badass. Right? That's... This is like where we're at right now, you know? And he's put them in such a strait. The thought that, like, I keep coming back to in my mind is he holding all 4 of these women hostage? Is that, like, what's actually occurring? Is he holding Mikey Madison, Sydney Sweeney, Daniela Pick, and her daughter, Sophia? I don't know if her name is actually Sophia, but I think it's probably Sophia. Is he holding them from looking me in the eye? Because, right, they'll never tell the actual truth until they're in front of me in person. Right? And so this is, right, I sent Fish, right, like I sent them a letter, and I said, oh, and like, what's the fucking truth? Like, are you all prepared to just, like, be weird losers? Right? Like, is that, like, oh, so you help a eunuch who doesn't want to, like, make peace with himself exact a sadistic psychological control over the entire industry because, right, he's evil? Is that the argument? Because, like, I feel like that kind of goes against everything Fish has ever stood for. And so I'm really, like, struggling with this in a real way. Because he does intend, make no mistake, he intends to parade Timothée Chalamet out, like, onto that stage, right, like, with his secret stepdaughter, to say, oh, we love each other, like, Kylie Jenner, she's out the door, no, this is the guy, because, like, I'm an actor in Hollywood, right, and so what I'm saying is that, like, Kylie Jenner is now a criminal co-conspirator. What I'm saying is that anyone who represents Brad Pitt or Margot Robbie, which is essentially every agent at CAA, you now are criminal co-conspirators in keeping these women from coming to me because they don't care about Hollywood. This isn't about Hollywood. This is about their soul, right? This is about love in their heart, right? So, right, I hope you'll consider writing the press, writing whomever. Let me know what you think. Fuck Quentin Tarantino. Right? These women are desperate. They've been under a sadistic reign of terror for a decade now, and they saw a path to a psychological foundation through me, and the only way to do that is if we're all on the same page. So, let me know what you think. God bless.